Guys, we are back. Alex and I are back for the Gamer and Complainer podcast, episode 8.
Welcome back. It's good to be back, right?
It's been a long hiatus.
Yeah.
I don't know when the last time we recorded was, but
Must be at least half a year ago.
oh yeah, at least.
Yeah.
I think I was just checking our Instagram page, and I think the last picture I used was when we went to what's that canteen called in Woods, when we went to Woods
Okay.
with my family.
Yeah.
That was the last time we recorded.
That was a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you had graduated, or no, can't be. I don't remember.
We didn't even listen back to our last podcast.
No.
That's how lost we are.
Yeah.
Right
But yeah, we're back, and we don't know why we stopped. I think life just got in the way.
now. Yeah.
And we remember we had such a good time doing it, and so we wanted to start again.
Yeah. Might as well, right?
And I feel like we have, because so much time has passed, that we have a lot to update everybody on. We have lots to update.
So we're gonna go over a lot of topics, like.
But still keep it short.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a long episode.
No, we'll briefly touch on different things because it is
Yeah.
an update episode,
Yeah.
basically.
And then maybe we'll take a few of those and elaborate on
them in
another
future
episode. Yeah.
episodes. Yeah.
So what topic should we start with first? Maybe we should start right off the bat with our wedding. Because
Yeah, I
I
think
feel
that's a
like we
good place to
mentioned that
start.
a few times last year when we were recording.
Yeah.
And we were talking about having a wedding in Mexico, which, I mean, COVID is here. It is in full effect. It is worse than ever. Restrictions are worse than ever, at least here in Quebec.
Unfortunately, we could not go through with it. We just got sick of each other. No.
Okay, no. Yeah, we just had to cancel the wedding in Mexico. There will still be a wedding, just not in Mexico. I'm okay with it now. I wasn't okay with it a few weeks back. I think
Yeah,
I was a
you were-
bit of an emotional
You were
wreck.
distraught. You were just like, oh, I really wanted to marry that Alex there. And didn't.
Well,
Still
I'm
happening.
still marrying you. Just not on like a nice warm beach in the middle of winter anymore. Yeah, I think we would love to still get married in 2022 if these I want to say a bad word, these restrictions
It's just the frustration is boiling within you. I can see it.
yeah, I really don't want to swear on these things. I have such a potty mouth sometimes. But yeah, hopefully with restrictions will allow us to have still the wedding of our dreams this summer. That is the goal.
Yep.
And I decided today, I went over to my parents' house.
What'd you do there?
I went over there because, well, this is going to be another topic that I talk about, but I was killing time waiting to pick something up in their area.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was waiting to pick something up in their area, so I went there to kill time, and we started going over a bit of the wedding planning.
Yeah.
So now I feel excited. I'm pretty sure I have a date. I'm pretty sure I have some sort of direction. I know it's just the reason I wanted a destination wedding is because I didn't want to have the hassle of finding all these things like photographer, caterer, DJ.
Well, I mean, we had to
venue,
find that stuff anyway.
all
but
that stuff. No, it
venue,
was all,
it was all at the.
No, yeah, we didn't have to find caterer. We didn't have to
Photographer,
find just the
yes.
photographer. Even then, the resort supplied it. I just decided to pick someone else.
Yeah.
So now it's kind of starting almost all over. At least we have all our outfits
Yeah.
and the rings and stuff like that.
Outfits, rings, everything else, reset button.
Yeah. So my mom's gonna help me with that, and we've started going over some things, and we're gonna go in a good direction, and I'm just gonna make some phone calls this week and see if it's even possible, or if everything's already all rented for
Yeah.
this upcoming wedding season. I really hope that all the people who have had to postpone their weddings and they've decided to postpone it to this summer, I really hope that we're all able to get married.
Eventually.
Because this is like such a
Yeah.
frustrating time, and it's really draining having
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
postpone and
It's an emotional
reschedule.
roller coaster.
It has been, and
Yeah.
it's for me. It's like it's been such an emotional roller coaster this whole time planning this thing, like being up and down. Is it gonna happen? Is it even possible? Are we gonna be able to travel? And then this summer, I was feeling like super optimistic, like yeah, we're going to Mexico. There's no issues here, and then, bam,
Yeah,
yeah.
COVID just spiked. But yeah, that's wild. But hey, silver lining, your mom's on board with helping us with that, I
Yeah,
guess.
and
so
I have
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
some close friends, and I think we have got a good support system.
Absolutely.
And it's crazy because now it's like, okay, if we do choose the date that I have in mind and all that, I have like 5 months to plan this wedding now, so that's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so wish me luck, wish us luck. But I mean, really, it's pretty much me luck because let's face it,
Excuse me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, 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 no.
you don't really help with the
Are you?
plans.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Okay. Okay.
I've definitely helped with picking the photographer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I did get your
Videographer.
opinion back
Yeah.
in the day, yes.
I helped.
Yes.
I'm just not a wedding aficionado.
Yeah.
But when you had I've always kept the door open if you've ever had like a tough decision. I said like I'm there. You just never used me, but I've been there. I've been here the
Okay,
whole
yes,
time.
you've been a great shoulder to cry on. So that's the wedding update. If I go back to really why I was at my parents' house, it was because I was waiting. So the last time we recorded, I remember I looked back and we were talking about our struggles with adopting a dog. But we finally have our dog, for those who didn't know already.
Murphy.
Murph the Turf, Murphy Lou, Murphy Poo.
Murphy, Murphy's Oil, Murphy's Bed, Murphy's... We have a ton of nicknames for him.
Yeah, so I was at my parents' house because he was, bless his heart, getting neutered today, and I was waiting at their house because they live a lot closer than we do to the vet. So I was waiting until I got the phone call that I could go pick him up. And so if you hear little noises in the background, that's probably his cone dragging on the floor.
Yeah, he's a little cone boy over there.
Yeah,
Look at
running
him. He
into
looks
something
so
with his cone.
sad, and he
I
knows
know,
that we're
I feel
talking
so
about him.
bad.
He sees us. He looks at us. You know, like when he gets the whites in his eyes, like when he turns his eyes to the side.
Yeah, you
and
can
it's
see
like
the
you
whites.
can see the white.
That's
It's
the cutest thing.
It's the cutest thing, but the way he's looking at me right now, it's very sad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of sad, I felt so silly, but my emotions took over when I went to go pick him up at the vet. Like, I walked in the door and then I'm here to pick up Murphy, and she's like, you can have a seat. And I could hear him like whining and crying in the other room, and it like I started to get really emotional, and I told the girl, I'm like, God, that breaks my heart. And then I literally started crying. like my nose was starting to run, like my eyes were all like, I had tears coming out of my eyes, and I'm like, I felt so silly. But she reassured me. She's like, don't worry, I bawled when I brought my cat into the vet.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine, it's normal. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But I felt really silly, but my emotions just like they took over, and I just like hearing him, like, and it might not even, they said it's, I don't know, it's like a normal sound because they're coming off the like anesthesia or whatever, but I was like, it just like, oh, my poor baby,
Well,
is he in pain? Like,
He must be
oh.
in. I mean, he just got 2 berries ripped out of him. So I think
Yeah.
he might be in a little bit of pain. But
Yeah.
no, I completely understand because like you sent me a video and you gave me a phone
I
call.
called you.
Yeah,
In the
and I heard
car.
him in the background, and even I was getting choked up
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
when we came home, like he was crying for like a good 3 hours, and I kept every time he'd get up, I'm like, okay, go lie down because he's not allowed to really.
Do any physical activity?
Yeah, and so like he kept getting up, and I'm like, no, lie down, and he just cried for like 3 hours,
Yeah.
and then and so now we have to try to keep him calm as best as we can. A 9-month-old hormonal teenage
Black
dog.
Labrador. Yeah.
Try to get him not to jump. That's impossible. And even like I thought he'd be knocked out, well, just like tired and like, not himself for like the rest of the day. Maybe he'd be better a little bit tomorrow morning. But no, like an hour ago he was
He was
jumping
getting
around
benches.
and giving us his toy. He wanted to play, and here we are like, sorry, Murphy, like we can't, like, can't you just like, can you go lay down,
Yeah, and
relax,
it's so
like, don't
frustrating.
jump.
It's so frustrating when he wants to jump and you're like, no, Murphy, this is
Yes.
a matter of your security. Like,
But I mean, like, we hate when he jumps. We've been trying to teach him not to jump forever. It just really doesn't click.
yeah.
So I knew that was going to be an issue after getting him neutered, that it was going to be very hard to get him to not jump. And
He'll get a hang of it eventually, but
so hopefully all goes well and he heals really quickly. Oh, I can hear him snore. Oh,
yeah, he's cute.
he's such a
What a good dog.
He's my little baby.
he's
I think we're going to
the
have to
chillest
have a
dog
whole
ever.
episode just about Murphy.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Yeah,
obsessed
that's
with him
coming
and
up.
I can talk about him for hours.
Stay tuned for that one, guys. Like, that'll literally be like a 3-hour long episode.
No.
Okay.
It's fine.
So we talked about COVID. COVID's had us.
Oh, I don't really want to talk
Yeah,
about COVID.
no, but it's had us locked in a little bit, getting a little bit of cabin fever. But to cope with that, we've
not really. Like, we go to work every day.
Yeah, but I mean, we can't really see friends or family or anything, so it kind of sucks. But to cope with that, we've been watching some reality TV.
To cope with it, I've always watched reality TV.
Okay, well, I was newly introduced to a couple of shows that really stuck with me, and I don't know.
That you became obsessed with?
Yeah. I think, and it's funny because I think we talked about reality TV on another episode.
Yeah, on an episode of our guilty pleasures.
Yeah.
Reality TV was my guilty pleasure, and I remember like bringing up like shows like I listened to one back. I feel like not too long ago. Did I?
Well,
I feel like I did, and like I was talking about how I was like, oh yeah, Alex, don't you remember like the show Summer House, like.
Yeah.
And then you had no idea what I was talking about. But I had started listening to a podcast, Pillows and Beer, with Craig and Austin from
that podcast is awesome.
From Southern Charm. So then we started watching a bit of Southern Charm and I watched a few seasons there.
Yeah.
And then Winter House came along and I was like, oh, Alex, Craig and Austin are in Winter House. Do you want to watch it with me? So he watched that with me. And then he fell in love with like Kyle and Amanda.
Yeah, they're freaking hilarious. Like Kyle gets super drunk and just starts saying random shit
Yeah, they were
in the middle
pretty
of the
good.
night.
They were pretty funny on Winter House this year.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, well, Alex, these are like the cast members on the
No, you can say characters. That's
no
fine.
cast members on the show Summer House. So then we started watching Summer House from season 1, and we've just finished last night.
Yeah, 5
of
seasons.
The 5 or 6
Wow,
seasons.
5
I
seasons,
don't remember.
I think.
So we watched all that. We'd watched like a few episodes a night,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's over. And now we just started back with season 4 or 5 of Southern Charm to finish up that before Well, the new seasons should be coming out soon. I feel like Summer House is airing, I think, soon in February.
I hope so, because we ran out of those.
I think it's airing soon. And I don't know about Southern Charm because I know they're filming Southern Charm right now, I think.
Yeah. You wonder what's funny is that when
And
we
Winter
had
House. I think they're filming Winter House.
when
Or
we-
soon they'll be filming it.
Yeah. When we had our episode on guilty pleasures, I think Rob actually commented saying, like, he mentioned Summer House in a comment or in a text.
Yeah, that you
to me,
should watch it.
that I should watch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I ended up watching it and loving it.
I
Like,
knew
it's
you
so
would.
good.
I knew you would, but you just had to give it a chance.
Yeah. It's and it's changed my life really, because like,
You had like your quarter life crisis.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my god, I want to go somewhere and party every weekend
yeah,
and
just
get like
rent a
blackout
house,
drunk.
rent a house in the middle of the summer and just like drink until you fucking pass out. And like, no, it's not good. But it is so good, you know.
Maybe like a couple times a year, but not every weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, you definitely were envious. You're like,
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
miss those days.
Absolutely.
But it's funny because you're like, how old are you? 27?
27.
You're like,
You don't
I'm-
know this yet?
I forget my own age now. But like, I'm 27 and I miss like those party days. Meanwhile,
Absolutely.
like Kyle's like 40 now.
Yeah,
And he's still partying it up.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing.
What do
Like
you
I
call
always
that?
felt
Peter
like
Pan
the Peter
syndrome?
Pan syndrome. Yeah,
Yeah.
you just never grow up. But I mean, at least he's settling down with someone.
Yeah.
The other people in Southern Charm, the Peter Pan,
Oh, yes.
like Shep, and you know, like.
Well,
yeah.
I think
Oh,
they're
is
all
he
settling down
too?
soon.
Oh, awesome! That's good to hear.
We'll see.
But yeah, that's the thing. I've always felt like I don't know, like when I hit mid-20s, I was just like, you know, I think my partying days are behind me. I don't have much more party in me. And then I watched Summer House, and I was just like, okay, I'm youthful again. You know, like they gave me back my youth, and quarter life crisis hit me hard. I was just like wanting to party and drink all the time, and of course, like you said, Kyle's like 40, so I feel like I could potentially do it. It's feasible now, right? He's
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
okay.
I think a couple times is fine, but no, I don't think I
You wouldn't
could.
want to rent a house for like 6 weeks, or
If I got to film a TV show and get a bunch of money from it, sure.
you have like the
But
house
I don't
paid
even
and-
have
and, the alcohol
like
paid.
money to rent a house or to buy alcohol or anything. So so
Wedding is like priority number 1 right now. So
at the moment right now, and then saving.
yeah. Well, that's fun. Finances.
That
You
can be
know.
that's another subject for another day.
Well, I mean, like you said at the beginning of the podcast, like we're gonna be touching on different subjects, and we could go further into things later down the road.
Yeah.
Finances probably won't be one of those
No,
things.
that's like a boring subject. Very boring.
Yeah, but what else is new?
What about you and your gaming world? I feel like I
Oh,
haven't seen
yeah.
you really play video
Yeah.
games very much.
So one of my New Year's resolutions, I guess, was to cut back on video games. Like, the way I see it, it's a huge time sink, and there's not a lot of productivity happening during those times. So like, it's like I'm all for games. Like, games are fun. It's great to socialize with games too. Like if I'm playing with friends, like it's a bonding experience, and it's an experience to sort of create like memories that, I mean, they're not memories that you'll remember for years on end, but there's fun little memories to be had, and so the social aspect is fun. The actual game aspect is fun, but the fact that you're just sitting there for could be hours and not really producing
Yeah.
anything.
Do you find that I never asked you. Do you find at all that you're more like well rested in the morning?
Yeah,
'Cause, like,
absolutely.
you used to go to bed at like sometimes 1 o'clock because you'd be up gaming and then have to
Yeah.
get up at like 7 to go to work. And now sometimes like I mean I'm an early bird, so like I go to bed at 8:30 on a good night,
Yeah.
sometimes earlier. And yeah, it's like lately sometimes you've been coming to bed with me and it's kind of like, whoa, I want to be able to have the whole bed to myself for a little bit.
Yeah, but
But then you actually like, yeah, you go to bed early. And I never asked you if you.
and this incredible thing happened where I actually have enough energy for my entire workday. So I mean, there's plus sides to not gaming too, you know. So,
Yeah.
sure, I'm not having as much immediate gratification with the fun aspect, but I'm doing other things. I'm reading a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got yourself a little Kindle.
Yeah, I got a Kindle Paperwhite, reading
And so
a
you've
bunch
been
of
reading a
ebooks.
lot.
I'm on Audible now, listening to audiobooks too, and a lot of good stuff, a lot of good information out there, and I just want to expand my knowledge right now, and that's there's time to read for pleasure too, like fiction and stuff too, but I'm really into learning things, and that's been what's driving me these past couple weeks actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about, you also haven't been posting, like, I think it's been a long time since you posted, like, blogs on your website.
Yeah, that's been a while. So I actually have news for that. So extensivegamereviews.com, the domain name and the domain host, it renews in March, and I've decided that I'm not going to renew it because like you said, it's been a while since I've posted there, and I'm just not. I'm not creating anything worthy enough to be posted there, and yeah, it's disappointing to see like this pet project of mine come to an end, but yeah, I think we're on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, I
in
think
the
you have
future.
like good things coming. I think like your little brain is working hard and coming up with some ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to produce something, like
Yeah.
I want to be productive and make something, and
Yeah.
something that people can either use or like actually enjoy. So
Yeah.
that's in the pipeline. A lot of big things coming.
Yeah.
So
We just have to stay motivated, focus, and
yeah.
put in the work.
Yeah.
Which not playing as much video games will help focus on that other stuff.
Yeah. Well, like, what do you do when you're not playing video games? I guess.
Well, I don't play
Well, you-
video games, so
you
I just
watch
watch TV.
TV.
So what do I do
Yeah.
when I don't watch TV?
You find things to do, and that's your mind working overtime to find things to do. And like, for me, I want to be productive, and I want to write, I want to edit, I want to do all
Yeah.
these things. And I'm not sure if I should announce it now, so I'm gonna just mention it briefly. But I'm working on something with my sister, another website that I hope to talk more about in the future. And
You have a
I'm not
meeting
gonna-
with her tomorrow.
meeting with her tomorrow, yes, and
to go
we're
over
gonna see,
things.
we're gonna see what we can do exactly with that, and yeah, hopefully I can monetize this venture in the future, because my last website I wasn't able to put ads on my website and create a revenue from it.
Yeah,
But,
oh, for sure. If you can get like some sort of
just something to
income,
keep it,
like
but just something to sustain the cost of doing it. You know, like
why it costs money to have a website.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Did I not tell you this?
No.
Okay. Well, it costs. You need to pay for a domain name if you want to have a custom domain name. You need to pay for the host. So like I was using WordPress, but you need to pay for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then that also factors into the budget too.
Okay, but
while
we're not
you're
talking about finances this episode, and maybe none of the episodes in the future. So let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
I'm gonna wipe my hands clean of that one. Okay.
All right. So I think we've covered everything that we wanted to cover today.
Yeah.
for our first podcast back. We just wanted to really give an update on what's been going on. So we're still planning that wedding. We have our precious little Dougie finally, who we love very, very much. Alex has got some projects he's working on.
And although although I'm not gaming anymore, this podcast is still called The Gamer and Complainer. So we've got to figure out something to do with that. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, technically you're still a gamer, but I guess it won't be
the lamer and complainer.
The reader and complainer.
No. It's got to be something catchy, like
we'll figure it out.
Farts. No, I'm just kidding.
We'll figure it out.
That's man humor for you.
Yeah.
Farts and poop and stuff.
Yeah.
See, I thought I'd go a whole episode without mentioning farts or poop, and here we are.
No, that's like my family dinners. Like, you get together with my family. You cannot go through a single dinner where everyone's sitting down and just enjoying their dinner. No, there's always got to be poop or farts or something
Some
inappropriate that we end up talking about around the dinner table. That's just...
It's awesome.
We're not classy. What can I say?
Well, I guess we can wrap things up there. Thanks for joining us on another episode of the podcast.
Yeah, and we can't wait to produce more.
Yeah, hopefully we can kick these out more regularly.
I was gonna say don't give like a timeline.
No, I'm not gonna give a timeline. No,
Okay.
That would be a grave mistake.
Yeah, like hopefully we can shoot these things out once a week.
No,
Heck
see
no.
now you're giving it a timeline.
Heck
Come on, now you can't put expectations out there.
Yeah.
No. So yeah, we'll try, but no guarantees, and we gotta lower their expectations.
Yeah. Okay.
The next one's coming out next year. All right.
All right.
Well,
Have
thanks
a
for
good
joining us, guys.
weekend.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye.